King cobras or anacondas chasing their prey often make us feel that the poor victims are completely defenseless. But in this video, we've gathered footage where king cobras become the ones on the receiving end. If you like cheering for the underdog, let's watch these 9 moments together now. There's a single chicken cornered in a small space. The opponents are 3 cobras. The cobras take turns attacking the chicken, but the chicken doesn't give in easily. When a cobra tries to strike with its head, the chicken pecks with its sharp beak. If another cobra jumps in from the side, the chicken quickly dodges and counterattacks. There's a specific reason why this chicken is fighting so desperately. It turns out that there are chicks hiding behind the chicken. The cobras were actually going after the chicks, but since the mother chicken wouldn't let them get near her babies, she risked her life to defend them. This scene is truly moving. It's admirable how she protects her young even in such a hard situation. Do you know how powerful the mantis martial arts style can be? Here, we have another underdog that fights a snake. This time, it's not even an animal, it's an insect, a mantis. The snake tries to strike first, but the mantis swiftly dodges and quickly grabs onto the snake's back. It holds on between the snake's neck and waist and starts biting. The snake thrashes around violently, but the mantis never lets go. Little by little, the snake is getting eaten and it's in agony, trying to coil itself around the mantis to strangle it. The mantis also sustains serious injuries under the snake's constriction. They are both holding and biting each other, making it hard to break free. Was the earlier incident just luck? Here's a lizard that tries to eat a mantis. They face off at first, and the lizard attacks first, but the mantis quickly dodges and uses its front legs to lock the lizard's mouth. At that moment, the lizard's lower jaw gets torn off. Blood is visible, and part of the lizard's jaw is almost missing.
How strong is the mantis' jaw power?
Indeed. In the end, the lizard flails in pain, unable to properly fight back, and becomes the mantis's meal. Who would have guessed that a mantis could be such a powerful predator? Here, a mantis is in the middle of a snake-eating session. This snake's body has been torn so badly that its skin is visible in some places. The snake is in so much pain that it tries to coil and choke the mantis. But this time, the snake can't even injure the mantis. The mantis already has a firm grip, making it hard for the snake to escape. The survival battle between snake and mantis seems impossible to predict. Small though it is, the mantis truly reigns as king of insects. It's a dark night in the desert, and 2 lives are facing off. The main characters are a kangaroo rat and a snake. The kangaroo rat is foraging for food, but there's a snake hidden in the sand nearby. The snake is silently waiting for the perfect chance to catch and eat the kangaroo rat. However, the kangaroo rat already senses something. Sensing something off, it whips around and flings sand right in the snake's face. In slow motion, about 30 times slower, you see the sand hitting the snake's face perfectly, surprising it.
It must feel like biting into a rock when you want a meal.
Here, a certain animal is being constricted by a snake. It's a baby rabbit. The snake is coiled tightly, waiting until the rabbit suffocates. But at that moment, the mother rabbit comes running and attacks the snake. Startled, the snake releases its grip, and fortunately, 1 baby rabbit escapes in the meantime. The mother first checks on the other babies, but the other baby rabbits have already died. Furious, the mother rabbit continues to push the snake back and chase it away. The snake eventually runs off, but the mother rabbit keeps going after it, attacking. From the snake's perspective, it's just hunting for food, but we can all understand the mother rabbit's anger. This time, it's a cobra with deadly venom. In some warehouse, a cute cat is inside a box. Suddenly, a cobra sneaks up out of nowhere. The cat notices and immediately delivers a cat punch. The cobra tries multiple times to attack the cat, but the cat swiftly avoids the strikes and keeps punching. Eventually, the cobra can't take it anymore and backs away, then flees at top speed.
The cat's reaction speed is astounding.
This time, they meet in the middle of some grassy area. A white cat approaches a snake that's coiled. This time, the cat is the one who provokes the snake first. The snake cautiously flicks its tongue, assessing the situation. Suddenly, at remarkable speed, the snake tries to ambush the cat, but the cat's incredible reflexes allow it to evade. What's astounding is that the cat not only dodges, but if you watch in slow motion, it jumps back while landing a punch right on the snake's face.
Wow, I had no idea until I watched it in slow motion.
Do you know what a cobra's natural enemy is? It's an animal called the mongoose. In front of someone's house on the lawn, you can see a mongoose fighting a king cobra from a distance. The cobra tries to strike many times, but the mongoose dodges them all. The mongoose keeps circling behind the cobra, waiting for its chance, and finally snatches the cobra's head in one sudden move. After being bitten several times on the head, the cobra ends up dead in the mongoose's jaws. This moment once again proves that the mongoose really is the snake's arch enemy. The mongoose belongs to the suborder Feliformia, family Herpestidae. Its name might sound like a weasel, but in fact, it's more closely related to cats. Their body length can range from 20 to 50 centimeters, and tail length from 15 to 40 centimeters, so sizes vary. The largest, the white-tailed mongoose, can weigh over 5 kilograms. They mainly live in Africa and South Asia and can adapt to diverse environments such as grasslands, rainforests, and rivers. Mongooses are famous for fighting venomous snakes like cobras. There are some reasons why they can take on snakes that even humans fear. First, like cats, they have very quick reflexes and agility. In addition, mongooses have a certain resistance to venom. Thanks to a special acetylcholine receptor in their bodies, neurotoxins don't affect them as much. However, it's not complete immunity. They can still die if bitten by snakes with hemorrhagic toxins.
If the snake has no venom, being bitten is probably less painful than a dog bite.
For a small snake, that could be. But that doesn't mean mongooses only eat snakes. Mongooses are omnivores that mainly eat insects, small animals, and bird eggs. Snake hunting is really a last resort. Interestingly, people have often released mongooses to control venomous snake populations. For example, in Okinawa, Japan, they brought in mongooses to eliminate the venomous habu snakes, but the results were disastrous. The mongooses didn't hunt the snakes. Instead, they preyed on endangered local wildlife. Eventually, mongooses got the nickname the worst invasive species. By 2024, mongooses were completely eradicated from the Amami Islands of Japan. Whenever humans interfere with nature, side effects like this are bound to happen. This time, we have a closer shot. Again, the mongoose and the king cobra are facing off. At first, it seemed like the cobra might retaliate gracefully, but in the end, the cobra is the first to flee. You might think they'll fight again on the sand, but the cobra just ends up scurrying away. The mongoose and the king cobra meet again. This time, the cobra doesn't give in so easily. It lifts its head in a threatening posture, while the mongoose moves around looking for an opening. This cobra is braver than the last one, but it eventually tires and escapes into the bushes. In a space blocked off by cement, there's a giant cobra. A yellow mongoose appears, initially seeming uninterested, but eventually a fight breaks out. The cobra is pressed against the wall, facing off, and it delivers one last strike. The mongoose is so startled that it tumbles backward and runs away.
This cobra was really big and scary.
So, is there anything stronger than a mongoose? Here in Australia, an elderly man is walking. Suddenly, a highly venomous Australian brown snake appears in his path. Without a second thought, the old man casually kicks the snake away. The snake tries to threaten him, but the old man just kicks it in the face again and continues on his way. The snake is completely overpowered.
In front of that old man, a venomous snake might as well be an earthworm.
Do you know what the strongest being in the world is? It's Mom. Here, in a deep ditch, a black chicken and her chicks are cornered. A snake approaches, eyeing the chicks. The snake attacks immediately, but despite being scared, the mother chicken fights back with all her might. She kicks up dirt and pecks with her beak to keep the snake at bay until the end. Here, on a golf course, you see some unexpected animals. One turkey has grabbed a snake by the head and won't let go. The turkey refuses to release the snake. Then another turkey shows up, and they start harassing the snake together. They toy with it, shaking it around, and persist in torturing it. At some point, you actually start to feel sorry for the snake. There's a snake in the water, and it's eating its own tail. At first, it looks like it's just playing around, but it's not just swallowing it. It's actually biting its body so there's blood. It's unclear if the snake mistakes its tail for prey or if there's another reason, but it's an extremely rare sight. In nature, this hardly ever happens, but it can occur sometimes in captivity. The main cause is stress. If the space is too small, or if it's too hot, or if the snake is extremely hungry, it can become disoriented and mistake its own tail for food. Especially large snakes may eat other snakes, so they could confuse their own tail for another snake. Plus, a snake's jaw structure is very flexible, allowing it to swallow things much bigger than its own head. This makes it easier to swallow their own tail as well. On a side note, this image of a snake eating its tail is related to the myth of Ouroboros. Ouroboros is used as a symbol of a snake devouring its own tail, but it's not directly related to the real behavior. Humans saw snakes shedding their skins and living anew, and gave that cycle a meaning of eternity. In any case, a snake eating its own tail is not merely strange behavior. It's a complex phenomenon involving stress, environment, and instinct.